welcome my automotive show, the KG Canadian Enthusiast. Today is the last episode of season 3, rather unfortunately, but the fourth season is coming soon, so nothing to be concerned to be about. So yeah. Now, before start of the show, I want to say hit the like button and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Now, before we all that, I want to say something. Today on the show, we're going to end the season 3 with a bang. We're going to talk about the all-new BMW M3 and the new BMW M4. Now, these two are crucial pieces of the super saloon battles in the game of Germans. It's a battle that exists for years. The question is, which is better, the M3 or the M4, or have both of them fallen short? Now, I'm going to make a short and a sweet video about this. I'm not going to drag too long about this. So, let's get some numbers up front. Both of them have similar engines and platforms. So, the M3 is rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. There will be an 8-speed automatic and a 6 to 6-speed manual transmission. And the M3 and the M4 comes in competition form. You can have one with 473 horsepower and 503 horsepower. In the UK terms, that's 510. Or you can have top speed between 155 limited, or for the BMW M-Drive package, you can get up to around 180. That is more than adequate. These numbers are fairly matched up against Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG, so I'm going to say that's a very decent number to begin the process with. It's actually a fairly decent number by BMW. So the big question is styling argument from BMW. People are not warming up to the BMW design. Many people are not, some are. Me personally, I'm going to cut some slack for BMW. They were criticized in the past for heavily being one side of the slab. You get my point, right? One-sided. They were given that they were a bit too dull, they were driver focused. So given this weird styling thing is to shine from the rest. It's not a shine BMW have. It's more of, let's say, trying to stand out for wrong reasons. And the M3 and the M4 though, thankfully has good underpinnings and great interior designs, which I can assure you that's fantastic. Now the biggest question is, both of them, our closest competitors are the C63 AMG and the C3 AMG S. Audi RS4s are the closest rivals. Now, the thing about these things are, that you've got to understand and rational term is, in the current battle, I would believe the M3 have clearly outdone Audi. Compared with the Audi's twin-turbo V6, I think the inline 6 is a far better engine, faster, better, and creamier. I can assure you in the corners it will be brilliant to drive the new M3 and the M4, and that means it's better than the Audi RS4 for me and the RS5 by a margin. Is it good as a Mercedes-Benz? No, not so quite. The Mercedes have the raw power for now before things go downsizing, eventually. Currently, it's powered by a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 with 503 horsepower. So, if I've chosen V8 and inline 6, obviously I prefer a V8. Sorry, but I have to. So, that round goes to Mercedes-Benz. So far, it's pretty clear Mercedes and BMW are the close battles. But one more thing though, it's the price battle. Now, the prices could start from $67,000 to go to $74,000. For the competition model, but you never really know truly what is the number, because you end up go on the extra numbers, you spend more money on them, extra standard features, optional extras, exterior updates, so you end up going well over 100. I would barely be surprised. Its performance numbers are 4.1 seconds in the standard M3 M4 form, or the competition model in 3.8 seconds. These are very good numbers, but I tend to say Mercedes-Benz might just out accelerate it in terms of a circumstantial way, and Mercedes has a better interior. But there is one underdog between Mercedes and Audi that is a bigger threat for BMW M3 and M4. It's the Alfa Romeo Giulia. It's the Giulia Quadrifoglio. The Quadrifoglio has a twin-turbo V6 with over 500 plus horsepower, surprisingly with the same horsepower number. And you've got the GTA model with limited edition, but it makes more than 530. So in short, you really have to think this through in a certain way, because the M3 and the M4 is dealing with a time where the Italians are on top of their game. So nothing is easy, nothing is hard, But the reality is that BMW just can't hope that everything is going to be fine with the new M3 M4. They have to make it actually better. Now, I can tell you many people have talked about how they like the experience, the driving experience, especially Matt Watson. But the reality of life is far-fetched when it comes to the M3 M4. It has to shrug off Alfa Romeos, Audis, Lexuses, etc. They got to fend off these rivals. The reality is, I think the M3 M4 is totally fine. But there's a big question that's been really bothering me, or bothering you. Is it good, or is it fallen short of the expectations that we were expecting the M3 or the M4 to be? The answer is, I think it has met the expectations. The styling is not going to put me off in any regardful way, because I think these days nothing looks pretty except for a few vehicles. Everything is gone this charm, grabbing, styling, and tremendous pressure from certain groups pressurizing us to downsize. In a world like this, I'm thankful that we have a thing like a BMW M3 still exists. And to be fairly honest, I think the new M3 has met its expectations. I know that it will be superb to drive the BMW M3. But the core reality is, though, I think the Mercedes is better still. Its V8 engine, twin-turbo V8 power is still a temptation that I can't say that's not good. That can't be beaten. The Mercedes-Benz is still the king of luxury super saloons in the game. Unlike BMW, they're far less sophisticated on the department when you think about it, and they're probably more old-fashioned fun. So thank you very much for joining my show, and hit the like button and subscribe my channel.